House Wolford, eager to report House N's illicit dealings to Hyzant, rebuffs an attack from Booker, Sorslay's loyal assistant, and gains entry to the city. Alas, Kamsel, one of the Saintly Seven, informs them that charges cannot be brought without hard evidence of Sorslay's misdeeds.
I see the salt matter is being addressed.
Exactly as you predicted, no less. I never expected House Wolford to so much as entertain the idea.
The Wolforts are formidable, always striving to do the right thing. Which is also what makes them so easy to manage.
What are you scheming now?
Scheming? You make it sound so scandalous. All I do for our beloved Hyzant.
Do not play the fool. I know Minister Edor has taken notice of you. You would do well not to let it go to your head. I certainly cannot bring myself to admire the man.
Oh, why ever not?
'Tis not worth going into detail. Suffice to say, I would not mourn him should some grave impropriety come to light.
Then, for now, let us gleefully await the Wolfort's next move.
Well, if it isn't tenebrous. Gloomy as ever, I see.
Minister Sorsley, I see you are in high spirits.
And why shouldn't I be? House Wolford is ferrying my salt as we speak. An illustrious house from the Salt Iron War trying to win my favor. It's laughable.
But can they succeed, being as ignorant to the circumstances as they are?
If they fail, I simply lay the blame upon them and see their house duly punished. I shall gain merit in place of money.
I did not take you for an optimist. Or have you forgotten of Exham and Kamsel's suspicions?
You speak as if it were my problem alone, my dear Tenebrous.
Do not misunderstand. It is because we are tarred with the same brush that I have come to warn you. Your dealings of late have grown, perhaps overly so. You would make an enemy of the other saints, should they notice.
And would you too turn against me, Tenebrous?
Most certainly not. Our fates are tied.
Good. Now leave me.
Pray, be careful, Minister.
What need have I for caution? I have never failed, nor will I ever.
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolford for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, Was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me. Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I'm certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Of course.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle them carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend.
Sorcelet may well come to end us once he hears of our allegations. There is no turning back now. We must move swiftly.
So how shall we proceed?
We must provide hard evidence, as Minister Camsell requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost. Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Salt is a well-regulated commodity, and numbers do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorcelet until the evidence we seek reveals itself. Let us canvass the town and see what we find.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
What news? Have you learned anything?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict is right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with Sorsley himself. What is his crime?
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
How could I have been so blind to his dealings in the upper echelons of my own kingdom?
Though we know this to be true, I doubt we'll build a worthy case now that Esfrost rules the Crown City.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's improprieties.
There were irregular salt shipments. If we press him from that angle...
The shipments were irregular. It was the product. I reckon you couldn't tell from looking at it. And a pile of salt won't prove our case.
Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
By which you mean Sorsley's encampment.
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source. Right here, in the capital.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorsley plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know there were unscheduled shipments of salt, but that alone is not a crime, nor can we prove the salt was tainted.
End's encampment is our primary target, then. But it's too dangerous to get near, let alone inside.
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out soon enough, if he hasn't already.
Time is of the essence, then. What is our next move?
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Kamsel once more.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Kamsel, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Minister Kamsel will join our cause, won't he?
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith. That is all that is in our power to do.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I seek Lord Serenoa Wolffort.
You have found him.
Lord Wolffort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorsley End unto unlawful acts. Your presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of Hyzad. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorsley will have nowhere to run.
Perhaps. Or you could end up the one with his head on the chopping block, Serenoa.
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzant, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that they believe me.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Kamsel. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End and question House Wolfort.
Very well. So, Sorceler has made the first move. Serenoa must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House Wolfort. I must make of this opportunity what I can.
So there is to be a trial. I see.
The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
And here I thought you nearly had him, Wolfort. Did I overestimate you? No matter. There is more than one way to trap a greedy boar. Now then, who will be best put to the task?
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he's willing to part with them for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel has brought everything a hero needs and more. Every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will serve you well on the battlefield.
Out of our way, junkmonger. We've important duties to attend to.
How rude! Where are the smiles and open coin purses the people used to greet Lionel with? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. War has made this place disagreeable. However, it is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune. And Lionel is shrewd, if nothing else.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
Yes, let him come forth.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. A great honor. That he can count House Wolfort among his loyal patrons has ever been a source of pride.
Yes, right. What brings you before me today?
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows heavier as time drags on. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they were at its beginning. If he may be so bold, Lionel would offer his services in that very capacity. He understands your precarious position, trapped between two ravenous wolves. In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stave off what may come. Surely you agree?
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house. I see no reason not to welcome you into our ranks.
Splendid! You are as wise as they say. Wiser, even. Lionel shall not disappoint. Just the opposite, in fact. From this day until his very last, he shall stake his honor on the prosperity of your house. And if his own coin purse should grow fat in the process, who could blame him?
The inquiry of House Wolford, stood accused by Minister Sorsley End, will hereby commence. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over this trial. Serenoa Wolford, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the Goddess to speak the truth?
I swear.
Minister Exham Marshall, you may begin the proceedings.
We know Minister Sorsley quite well, having worked with him for these long years. But we know comparatively little of you, Lord Serenoa. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are worthy of our trust. Surely you have not forgotten his position among the Saintly Seven of the Holy State of Hyzant?
I have written it all down as tradition requires.
Yes, I have read through your report. It is a sign of sincerity that you would proceed according to our customs. Indeed, I can confirm you are a man of honor and integrity. Once all presiding over the trial have had a chance to express their opinions over your report, we shall pass our judgment. I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel Farrant will make his inquiries.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in, sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary of those who seek to take advantage of our open hearts. If a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of your people, I doubt you would take him at his word. Have you any proof of the foul deeds you claim have taken place in our land?
I have a witness who has seen the salt being transported. One of the guards at the source.
Oh, one of our citizens. Any entrusted to protect the source must swear an oath of honesty to the goddess before assuming duty. Well then, it seems we ought to consider the matter a little further. I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebrous, if you would.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite wisdom. We seven, however, do understand her will. For most, our teachings are the only way they know how to live according to her plan. It is moot to judge Sorsley, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by a layperson, no matter what that evidence may be. Unless you have testimony from one who understands the goddess's will, there is simply nothing we can do.
Lord Clarus of the Consortium is the one who informed me of Sorslay's secret ledger. If you cannot believe me, you must at least believe him.
Lord Clarus is indeed a man of excellent character, but he is still a mere merchant. One whose heart is ruled by coin cannot possibly understand the goddess's will. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft, ask your questions.
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct, namely bribery. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, what the bribe was for remains unclear. Perhaps you can shine some light on the matter, Lord Serenoa?
The ship that disappeared in the night must have been carrying unlawful salt. He'd have wanted to keep that quiet.
Yet rumor of such a ship has reached even my ears. Would it not be an utter waste of coin to buy a single person's silence, when so many have already heard the gossip? I have no more questions.
I, Idor Delmira, will ask one final round of questions. I cannot deny, Lord Serenoa, that Sorsley can be foolish. But he is also dedicated to the goddess, and he has worked much good as one of the seven. Though he is not faultless by any means, I believe the goddess yet favors him. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, we must prove his guilt to the goddess herself. So let me ask you this, Serenoa Wolfort. Where exactly are we to find such evidence against Sorsley End?
There must be some evidence in House End's encampment.
Ah, yes. The goddess would not be able to see into a place so stripped of faith. Perhaps we would be remiss not to search the encampment on her behalf. My questions are done. Now we will confer with one another. The Holy One will pass judgment after hearing our opinions. Serenoa Wolfort, the Holy One has passed judgment. House Wolfort is found to have spoken true. Therefore, we find House Wolfort innocent and declare Sorsley End a traitor.
What?
Calm yourself. It seems the goddess has mercy yet to give you.
Praise her, and praise her wisdom. What mercy has she for me?
You will stand in combat against House Wolfort. Whomsoever emerges the victor will be cleansed of their sins.
Combat?
But your sins are indeed heavy, Sorsley. Therefore, we give this to House Wolfort. It will be as the Hierophant has decreed. House End and House Wolford will battle until the other falls. May the Goddess of Salt bestow her eternal mercy upon the victor.
Am I hearing this right? So guilty criminals get to walk free if they win?
We've no choice but to do as they say. It is what the goddess teaches.
And likely the outcome agreed upon by those who view Sorcelet as a threat.
Whatever the case may be, we must fight, and we must win.
They are united in their desire to destroy me. And it is your fault. You will pay for this, Wolford. You seek my demise, do you? I, whose oversight of the source brought prosperity to this land?
Do not twist the truth to obfuscate your crimes.
It seems you've forgotten the goddess's will. Allow me to remind you.
Be on your guard, my lord. Desperate opponents are deadly, for they fight with reckless abandon.
Come then. Let us settle this in honest combat.
Your orders?
It's over.
Now then. I swear on House End of the Saintly Seven, I will win. I must win. Sleep. For victory!
Away with you!
Here I come.
From where shall we strike?
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Now!
You're open.
Let me heal your wounds. Go swiftly.
Ready for more!
I fight for peace.
Burn!
I will end this.
My stratagem is superior.
Allow me.
Follow my lead.
Now then.
Too obvious.
I won't lose! You don't see that? Yes!
Together!
For my kingdom!
They're closing in. It will take more than this farce of a trial to destroy me. You will pay. You will all pay. To work then!
The hunt is on!
Goodbye! What have we here? No. This is not the end of me. I refuse to allow it.
When a wolf is cornered.
Let us pry out their weakness. My turn!
Together!
For the future of House Wolford.
Cool heads shall prevail. Be gone with you! My growth is plain to see.
Let me show you what I've learned. We can win this! I need a healer.
Allow me.
Follow my lead.
Ha!
I struck true.
Victory goes to House Wolford. Give thanks to the goddess for bestowing upon you her grace. This concludes your trial. Well fought, all of you.
To think the truth had to be proved through a test of strength.
It was the Hierophant's decree. None in Hyzant raise objections.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, my lord. After all, losing the battle would have meant losing our heads.
I suppose you are right.
That same day, word spread throughout Hyzant of Sorsley End's demise, and that of House End along with him.
I understand Sorsley End is with the goddess now. What a pity.
He has been counted among the dead from the accident.
Keep spinning those lies, and soon they shall be tied around your neck. Though in truth, I'm surprised they've not done so already.
Are you not pleased, milady? Shall I inform Minister Edor?
Be my guest. Without me, all research grinds to a halt. My mind is without equal.
But of course, Minister. I was only teasing. Would it kill you to smile for once?
Be more aware of the words from your mouth. Remember, you are not but Edor's pawn.
Forgive me. Where are my manners? Now pray, return to your precious research. See that you complete it.
For you know who.
I know full well who it serves. We're all pawns in the end.
Ah, that's the good stuff. Ain't no one can pour a pint like you.
I take coin for drink, not compliments. It's hard enough to keep this place running on my own as it is.
Need me to lend a hand?
Thought you'd never ask. You can start by washing the dishes, then restocking our foodstuffs, fixing up that wobbly table, and...
Aye, leave it to me.
Ha! I'm only playing. I'd never put a paying customer to labor.
But that's an awful lot of work for any one person. Ever give thought to finding someone with whom you might share the burden?
You can stop right there. The last thing I need is anyone else complicating my life.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I had myself a someone once, you know? Special like. Till he left me for a specialer someone. Raised my son Theo all by myself after that. He'd be a man grown now, if the war hadn't taken him.
Forgive me, Hasabara. Didn't mean to go drudging up painful memories.
No need for apologies. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a thing or two in their past that haunts them. In truth, I'm more exhausted than anything. Must be the years taking their toll.
Ain't got nothing to do with age, and everything to do with the hardships you've overcome. More impressive than an old soldier drowning his sorrows in mead.
What kind of barkeep am I, letting my poor patron wallow?
Sometimes wallowing's good for the soul. Come on, have a round with me. My treat.
Took you long enough to make the offer. Now, what shall we toast to?
How about to your son?
I, to Theo.
So, Lord Serenoa, what shall you do now?
Well...
I shall speak plainly. The Holy One wishes to aid House Wolford.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Your house is known throughout all Norzelia, and rightly so, given the vital land you control.
It would be quite the blow if Esfrost's aggression spelled the end of your domain.
The Hierophant tells me a seat amongst the Saintly Seven shall be yours, should you desire it.
And I would not hesitate to accept it if it meant securing peace for my people.
Then perhaps we can find common ground. The Hierophant, however, has a concern.
I would hear it.
The Roselle living in your domain. They are descendants of the sinners who dwell at the source. That is their proper place. There they offer themselves to the goddess in the hopes they may one day atone for their sins. The Hierophant longs to see them return to their rightful home.
You would have me surrender them to you?
It is not my place to make demands. I am merely to deliver unto you the word of the Hierophant. And so I have done.
Serenoa, Will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
I don't know.
As you are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
Not yet. We will, you can be sure.
They've got us by the small ones, and they know it. They made this request full aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed. Poor options, both.